So if you had, let's say I mean, I guess this technically was you, so I could just ask you how you did it. You
Hmm.
got no money, you've got a family, you got three growing boys. Your oldest looks like he's almost as big as you now.
Yeah.
And and you got to get out there and make some money. You got $100 to market your business. What are you doing?
I am creating content on a weekly basis. So at least one piece of content that I'm putting out on mortgages every week. And then as much content about just the day in the life that I can put out. So whatever my hobbies are, whatever I'm into, this kind of goes further on your friends list on Facebook than it might on like a reels or something that's like goes everywhere.
Mhm.
But you just post your stuff. And then I like to brand. So even if I'm not talking about mortgages, I always have my brand present for the most part, whether it's my personal brand, whether it says I love mortgages. Like I always want people to think back and say, Ryan's the mortgage guy. Like that's, I constantly want to be in their head saying, if I need something about mortgages, that's the first person that I'm going to contact. So yeah, just putting out content and then teaching classes to realtors. The more people that you can get in front of and talk and shake hands, the better. Excuse me. So getting with title or lawyers in your state, depending on what you are, and come up with classes, whether it's on like VA loans, it's on social media, it's on video, it's on investment loans, it's on portfolio loans, like whatever it is that you want to focus on, create a class around that, fill the room, teach for 20 to 30 minutes, and then do a Q&A. And don't worry about not having the answers. You're not expected to have every answer. It's all about how you field that question. So if someone asks you a detailed question that's outside of your scope, whether it's about video, whether it's about mortgages, say, you know what, that's a great question. I haven't had that one specifically come up before. I'm going to write that down and then I'm going to get back with you with a detailed answer to make sure that I get you the best answer. Same thing with guidelines change all the time. So if someone's asking an obscure thing that you know or think, oh, you know what, I think that recently changed. You let them know, I think that recently changed. Let me double check to make sure. And I've never had somebody think that I was dumb or was upset that I said I will get back with them.
At least knowing that you wanted to work with.
Right. Because you can't know everything about everything. Um, so yeah, so don't be afraid of going out and teaching stuff, even if you're a little bit new to it. As long as you know more than they do, that's all that matters. So yes, teaching realtors, and then connecting with the realtors that you build the deepest relationship with. They may not be the best producers right now, but if you get along with them and it's an easy correspondence, then that's somebody that you need to keep in touch with.
Yep.
And the more of those connections that you can make over time, their business grows, your business grows, and then you guys grow together. And you'll land some people that are currently doing business along the way too. But the focus is just to have as many touch points with people as possible. Um, and I wouldn't spend if you're broke, don't spend any money. Just you gotta hustle. And then a lot of people don't work social media. If you just post and think stuff's gonna come to you, it's not gonna happen. If you notice that someone keeps constantly commenting on your stuff, send them a message and just say, hey, I really appreciate you commenting on all my videos. Thank you. And you know what? Half the time they might say, you know what? I do have a question. But if you did not take the time to reach out to them, or if you're going after a realtor and they make a funny post, message them and say, hey, that post was super funny, or comment on their post. Like if you're not working it, it's not gonna like no one's gonna come and save you. You have to go out and make it happen.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And all the tactics you just described, creating a lunch and learn, or go to the title company, have them bring a bunch of realtors into the room to teach a topic, post on social media using your phone as a device, create a short, message people that like your posts or comment on them. $0. All that
Zero.
can be done with nothing. And it's probably a lot more than 95% of the loan officers out there doing today. I mean,
Exactly.
it's, and even,
And then
even
once you're
those,
making money, start investing in learning.
yeah,
Buy a marketing course, hire an editor, um, just whatever it is that you need to invest in. If you want to learn it faster, then just learn it from somebody that has done it before you. And that's what I've done. I've probably spent somewhere between 50 and 100 grand on coaches, consulting, courses, because I want to learn fast. And even
Yeah.
if I feel like I know a topic, I still pay. I just paid a TikTok coach 5 grand because I was like, you know what? These young kids know more than I do. I want to learn from them. And so I'm just going to speed up the process. I'll just go right to the source.
Yeah. It's a ramp, right? Ramping it up.
Yeah.
Same way a
Hmm.
lot of businesses raise money. It's like the currency in marketing is your knowledge. And the only way to get that knowledge is by starting or by hiring coaches or assist or, joining groups like your LO code. So talk to me about that.
Yeah. So we have what we call the mortgage marketing masterclass, and it's really everything that we've developed, from building a brand to creating video, how to set up your gear, how to market it, where to post, when to post, how to post, sales. Um, it's just everything, all encompassing. Like, I try to think of what everything that we've done that has worked. And then since I've gone through so many courses, I wanted to make it as bite sized as possible. So instead of doing a live call where I talk for 2 hours and just say, hey, here's the course, and now you have to filter through it, I specifically shot each course to where it's broken down into 2 to 10 minute segments so that you can go through and learn at your own pace and then come back and say, what was that one piece Ryan was talking about? Oh, I can go and find that exact video. I hate having to like scrub through an hour or 2 hour long video and say, where was that part that I forgot to write down? And so I tried to make it to where it's more consumable and you can do it at your pace.
Yeah.
And then what we just launched was the local celebrity method, which kind of takes that and then adds a coaching aspect to where it's 8 weeks long and we give people exactly what to do every day of the week for 8 weeks. And then we do live calls to help people where they're stuck. So it kind of just takes it and then just puts a little bit more accountability to it. And then we offer video editing for when people are, we teach you how to edit in the course, but once you're ready to buy your time back and you have more money than time, then you might as like, that's what I learned is once I hired an editor and we created our team, buying that time back allows you to focus on what actually makes you money, which is more phone calls, more connections. Editing videos doesn't make you money, but in the beginning, you got to do what you got to do. Not everybody can afford that, but once you can, um, gosh, it's just changed my world not having to edit 20 hours a week anymore.
I mean, it's the same process that all loan officers understand that, if you're processing your own loans, you're prospecting less. And if you're the figurehead of the business and you're building your local brand, if you're not spending most of your time building that content and that brand, which
Mm-hmm.
is the lead funnel, right at the top of your sort of where your leads are coming from and your relationships and your referrals and all that stuff, then you're wasting time essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
So on that note, if you just despise being on video, you despise marketing, you despise being the front runner, then you need to find a partner that hates doing loans. And you guys need to go
Oh,
50-50 and work on it. And I know a ton of people that have done this, and a lot of people are like, well, I'm going to lose 50%. Well, 50% or 100% of not much is a lot less than 50% of a lot.
yeah.
And so I
Very
think a
true.
lot of people have to figure that out. So if you're very organized, you can do sales, then you can just build a team underneath you and you don't have to create a partnership. But I think a lot of people would find a ton of value in finding a partner that fits that other half. I was just lucky enough that my wife was that person, and she was able to fit in so that we could just rock right away and be on the same path.
Yeah.
Whereas other people are going to have to find that person. But once you do, your growth can be exponential when all you have to do is focus on your one objective, which is sales and marketing, and the other side is just ops, closing the deals.